Can you talk about the process of going through the short film and then to feature, and what that was like for you?
Going through the short film and the
Yeah.
feature. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Making a short film, because we had a short time as well to come up with a short film. And
How short a time?
I can't remember, but it's really short. I think I came up with the story 2-3 weeks, or maybe this, and then the next week we had to go back to fly to Samoa and shoot for 3-4 days. I'm not sure.
You know, when you write, do you handwrite? Do you type? What do you do?
Type.
Type. Do you write straight into final draft?
Yeah.
How's that for you?
Good, very helpful.
Yeah?
Easy
Yeah.
writing.
There's some writers that struggle with it because it's a little bit, part of the creative process is given over to the computer. Tamati in Auckland, kia ora Tamati. Tamati in Auckland wants to know what advice you would give to an up-and-coming filmmaker who is embarking on their first short/feature.
I guess just have confidence, I think, in what you're doing, and don't be afraid to ask. I think that's one of my problems. Was in the beginning, when I first made my, didn't ask too many questions, so I didn't learn enough. So just ask and explore.
I think, the thing that I get from Tussie as a filmmaker is that you just got to back yourself, eh? And you need the right team around you, and finding the right team is a skill in itself. How did you meet up with Catherine?
Catherine was a script consultant for one of my short films, which I didn't make. I approached Makelita Urali and Rita introduced me to Catherine.
Yeah, and what's the relationship between the writer and the producer, writer-director-producer, and the cultural differences between you both? How did that go?
Oh, it was good. Catherine's really understanding and very open.
I know.
And it's a very important trait to have.
Yeah.
And she knew she was getting into something. But I think the film could have been done without Catherine.
Pardon?
We couldn't have done the film without Catherine.
No.
Anyway.
Hang on, there's a question here from Martha in Christchurch. What aspects of filmmaking do you most enjoy, find most challenging, and how do you manage to keep going?
I think I think I consider myself as a writer. I prefer writing than directing. Directing is hard. But once you get over that, once you've done all that hard work, it's a good payoff. You feel proud. You feel like crap after, but then you start to see that you've done something well, and so I think the directing part is not my most favorite thing.
Advice for emerging filmmakers?
Just go out and do it.
Yeah.
You just write and
you
find the support. Support is very important.
There's a question from Tony in London. Hi Tussie. Which filmmaker artists have influenced you as a storyteller, as a filmmaker?
Filmmakers? Many. Kurosawa, Ozu, the Japanese filmmakers. at the moment, I'm very interested in Michael Haneke. Yeah, all the main time directors, Ang Lee, Peter Jackson.
So what is it about their storytelling and their style that inspires you?
Well, the Japanese filmmakers like Ozu, it's very how do you say, naturalistic, very some term like that. But when you watch a Ozu film, or mostly Ozu, you really get into the world. You're really being drawn into a world that is Japanese.
Yeah.
I think that's what I get from his films. I guess that's what I'm drawn to Ozu, and even his style and the way he uses characters. The way he shoots he shoots his shots. He uses the way he shoots his films, and the way he uses silence with his characters.
What aspects of filmmaking do you most enjoy?
Probably writing. Writing is I enjoy writing.
And where do you find ideas and inspiration for your stories? This is a question that's come through.
Anything. I get inspired by an image, or being or just like certain person, the way they behave.
Because you're quite different, Tussie. You don't go around talking about your stories. I knew this wouldn't be an easy interview because the Tussie I know keeps his stories close, and I know that he's working on some beautiful projects. But don't worry, I won't spring them. So you're quite different in that way. You hold things for as long as possible before you reveal them. And when they come to the world in script form, they're actually very beautiful and intact. There are some of us who just want to tell everybody what we're doing. And something gets lost, eh?
Mm.
There's a certain sacredness around the process of writing.
Yeah, it depends on the writer. There's no bad way of doing anything. It's just how I sort of, like you say, it's just sort of bottle it up and try to figure out first, for myself before I let other people have a look. I have to direct myself because half of the film is in your head.
Yeah.
The script is only on paper, and half of the script is in the story is in your head. So.
Noticing you won the festival in Japan.
Yeah. Mm.
But you chose not to take the prize, which was shooting a film there. Why was that?
I got a bit tied up with my family.
Right.
So the turnover was quite quick. I had to come up with an idea in a couple of weeks, and then shoot it. And I couldn't.
Yeah, that's hard, eh?
It's so hard, yeah. And I'm not a filmmaker that just jumps over and shoot anything. I need to absorb the beat. If you're shooting something in Japan, Japan is one of my favorite places, and I want to be true to Japan and tell a good story.
But you know what, bro? That takes courage to turn around and say, no, thank you. Thank you for your offer of millions of dollars to shoot my feature film. No, it's okay. I'll go away and write something and struggle to find hundreds of thousands.
I know it's hard, but at the end of the day, you have to weigh the consequences of your one.
Weigh the consequences.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. We've got a minute left. So I just quickly want to thank the Commonwealth Writers' Trust, B3 Media, Max here from Massey University, and just to wrap up, also you, Tusi. That was a wonderful, wonderful discussion. Thank you so much for your time.